Are you ready to take your life and your career to the next level? If so, you've come to the right place. In this video, we'll be discussing 5 ways to bet on yourself to succeed. So sit back, take notes, and get ready to bet on yourself. Number 1, invest in equipment that saves you time. Now, as filmmakers and content creators, we all know how expensive it could be just to get started. With endless gear being promoted to us, or just impulsively buying things we don't need on Black Friday. Nothing will be a better investment than buying gear that saves you time. We already spend a lot of time script writing, location scouting, and shooting content. Now, thanks to AI software such as ChatGPT, Notion, Rise, and many others, it makes it fairly inexpensive to use these softwares. These softwares can help you improve your time management, script writing, as well as help you automate posts across several social medias. If you want to thrive as an aspiring filmmaker, content creator, you can't just look at things that bring you a return on investment, but also a return on your time, without loss of quality or value, and perform efficiently like the pros. Number 2, be in rooms and minds you have no right being in. In most stages of your career and life, there will be people that are doing things you want to do, living the life you want to live, walking in and out of rooms you don't have access to. Those people and rooms may be closed off to you. Don't be your worst enemy, and don't beat yourself up about the position you're in. You have to overlook that and force yourself into the room, and it is on nobody but yourself to do that. A quote that has stuck with me is, "Success leaves clues." You have to be able to study those people and put yourself in the rooms those people have been in through their stories, interviews, and any publications that person has available for you to study. For example, let's take a look at Peter McKinnon and what he says he learned from Casey Neistat.
What did you learn from Casey Neistat in your first 24 hours with him?
On that trip, one of the first things he said to me, which was interesting, which what I learned, we were having breakfast, and he said, "So what do you want to film today? Like, do you have your ideas? Like, do you know what you want to do? Like, can I help?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't know, maybe like I don't really know what's in plan or what's in story." He's like, "I've got the whole thing mapped out. Like, my video's already done." It's like, "Oh yeah," and he's like, "Oh bro, I've got this so streamlined." And we left, and he went to an exact spot to do an intro that he already knew, and everything was very much mapped out in his mind. And he was able to execute, finish, film, do everything in that video, but with such, it was just so strategic. Like there was no time wasted.
Number 3, spend money on acquiring skills. Most likely you have heard the cliche saying, "It costs to be the boss." Well, the truth is it costs a lot. You can't just wake up and go buy your way to the top. And if you do, 9 times out of 10, you will fall from the top just as fast as you got there. This is because you didn't acquire the proper skills to maintain your position at the top, and guarantee you will end up back at the bottom, except this time in a worse position with the bitter taste of what it feels to be at the top. For example, there's no need for you to go upload a YouTube video and get 0 views when you have no clue on what you're doing, when you can go purchase a $20 course that can teach you the proper way to publish your video, including knowledge on SEO and other things it takes to optimize your video to be published correctly. That $20 was spent acquiring a new skill through a course most likely made by an expert. Unlocking that knowledge for a reasonable price is definitely a good investment. Number 4, throw yourself in the fire. This was the advice my boss, the owner of a bakery I used to work at before I started directing videos, told me when I asked him, "What's the best advice you would give me to be successful in business?" I wrote a mental note and started to live with this piece of advice in my life, only to find out it was true. Pursuing a career as a freelancer or content creator, a lot of times you'll be faced with problems you have to solve on a short notice. But when it comes down to not getting the results you want, that means you have to increase the output. The minute you decide to increase your output is the minute you're jumping in the fire. Now that you're in the fire, there's only one way to escape. That's the moment you will work yourself endlessly to ensure that you make it out the fire, and that's when you achieve success. Number 5, know your limit. To tie all these together, if you want to bet on yourself and win, you must know your limit. Some people like to say the sky is a limit, which it can be, but to most people, if the sky was a limit, most likely they will reach a roadblock point in the path to success, and that is burnout. So before you burn out, push your limits and understand them. That way you know how much work you can handle without burning out, allowing you to keep moving forward in your career without hitting any roadblocks. Now that concludes the 5 ways to bet on yourself and win. Drop a comment down below on ways you bet on yourself. I'm eager to hear what you guys have to say. This was a different style video. If you guys did enjoy this video, please drop me a like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos like this.